their ideal conditions, is a self-corrective process. You have a hypothesis that you're looking actively to disprove. You're looking to poke holes in theories, and you're waiting for facts to accumulate that would break the ruling paradigm so that you can come up with another better explanation. So it's always work in progress, it's always provisional. The Bible is not like that. It's methodologically different. And so the church has never endorsed one or another paradigm of science. And if you look at Vladimir Lossky's mystical theology of the Eastern Church, he says, if we were to discover life on Mars, I guess it preoccupied them very much. If we were to find life on Mars, nothing would change as far as the message of the gospel is concerned. For science, everything would change. You know, we'd have all kinds of interesting stuff to talk about. Well, in that case, I don't feel compelled to necessarily unite them in some forced way, you know. So I read my Bible, I go to church, and I would love to know more about the sciences.
One last question, Father. It just intrigues me. In the Garden of Eden, which I think someone was trying to explain, but do you believe, like the rabbinical people, the Hebrews believe that the fallen angels were there in the beginning, that they did not change their, you know, like they were fallen creatures or they went against it. The Jewish people believe that they were formed to do the work of the testing. What is our Orthodox, like, what have, in your studies, what have you encountered with that?
So I'm not sure I understand. Let me rephrase, and you tell me if I understood this right. So that angels were created
the fallen angels.
Oh, the fallen angels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we know, we all, Jews and Christians, know about as much as we can know. That is not much. Namely that they are angels. That is, they're good, they're messengers of God, but that they have free will, which allows them to have these occasional hiccups, mildly speaking, but that they are fallen angels, that they are very powerful, that they are wreaking havoc. I don't know what more to say. I mean, when Christ speaks about impure spirits, evil spirits, and so forth, he was a first century Jew talking to other Jews who understood him perfectly well. This is real dangerous. You don't mess with it, and you can't deal with it without a lot of faith and practices such as fasting and what is he saying? Prayer and fasting. You think you might be asking about those particular fallen angels, or whatever they may be, in Genesis 5:6. The Watchers.
The Watchers.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, elaborate. This thing.
There's a passage that says that at that time before the flood, the sons of God or the angels of God mated with human women, and the women gave birth to these giants of old, and so forth. That's a fascinating topic on YouTube. It's trending always. The point is that is something that gave rise to a body of literature, a very large body of literature, which was authoritative in some strands of Judaism, which was eventually discarded by the synagogue. So in rabbinic Judaism, all this stuff about Enoch and the giants and the fallen angels was discarded, but Christians kept it, because Christians kept these Enochic books, apocryphal or not, but they liked them quite a bit, and they kept copying them and translating them, and so you find them in all the languages of the Christian Commonwealth. They exist in Greek, in Slavonic, in Syriac, in Coptic, in Ge'ez, in Ethiopia, and in Ethiopia, first Enoch, where the story is told, is part of the canonical scriptures. So Christians kept this up until the 4th, 5th century, when St. John Chrysostom in the East and Augustine in the West said, this is nonsense, we shouldn't bother ourselves with that. But you had other voices, such as Cassian, for instance. They were not very bothered by it. What can I say? It's a matter of great speculation. But the point is, in some fashion, that was also literature about the antediluvian, before the flood period, in which you have very powerful, very extraordinary people prone to falling. It is also an image of priests that are sinning because angels cast out. And it is also the way in which a very early church, as I said, the 3-4 centuries, made sense of the presence of demons, because they said, St. Justin Martyr and Clement and Tertullian and others, and Theophilus, they said the demons are the souls of those slain giants. So, I mean, this is all speculation. It's not the realm of dogma. It's the realm of
but dogma, we have the icon of the ladder of divine ascent, where it's showing the priest. And
yes, but that icon doesn't tell you the private stories of those nasty little angels who tear down. And the point is, in fact, this is something that makes the Bible different from the corpus of Enochic literature. Whereas in the book of the Watchers, which is in First Enoch, you have detailed accounts about the names and the numbers of those angels and what they did and what they thought and where they went and what they planned and how God sent Enoch to tell them, and then they sent Enoch back and forth. You have all kinds of this backstory. This is like the prequel to some kind of famous movie. And in the Bible, you have 2-3 lines as if to say, I know the story, you know the story, we all know the story, and let's go to some important business. Because the fact is, for the actual use that we make of the Bible, it's really more interesting to know that they are powerful and they're acting at the same time that we're baptized and we are taken out of the realm where they rule, that they are roaring and going around like mad to try to infect us. But the focus is on something else. There's something else at the center of my faith and my life. And I can speak like as a Christian and say, well, Christ is at the center. I'm not going to bother myself with the story of demons. But if I were to speak as a Jew, I would say something similar. My focus is on the law and keeping the commandments. Just read that the Psalm, the Amamos, the 117er. That goes on and on. I have kept your commandments. I did not. Or that is the center of my life. As for the demon, you know, I mean, we all have these little stories, right, about phantoms and restless spirits and whatnot, and some like it and some don't like it. But the fact is, you're not going to live and die by those things.
No. Very good. I just wanted to see, because again, they said that those did never change. The fallen angels never changed. God made them as such. So I just wanted to know what the Orthodox.
No. God didn't make anything bad, but I very much doubt that anywhere in Judaism you would have this, because the affirmation that God made everything good is just so strong. And I mean, Judaism is opposed, as far as I know, to any kind of dualism that would posit some kind of principle of evil that I mean, the evil is an accident, is a fall, is a derangement, is a distortion. It's not a thing in itself. It's the absence of, you know, like darkness. There is no source of darkness. There is no darkness emitting source. Darkness is just the absence of light, and you can't transport darkness from a room to the other. It's just that you turn off the light. And
the only thing is if we didn't know that paradox, you know, good and evil, then where's the choice? This is where it gets to be catchy. I mean, because I'm very close with a lot of the rabbis and I listen to what they're saying. I'm very interested in the Judaism part of our Orthodox faith. And the most I've talked to them, they said that God created everything the way that it should work, and that's the way that they were created. They had a specific job, and I just wanted to see, because I know that you're learned.
There are passages where the adversary, the Satan, right, it does all kinds of things as assigned. And we also know that God keeps him on a short leash, but gives him some freedom. And in fact, you know, he sent the demons into the pigs because that's what they wanted. Okay, it's very nice of him, right? He could have sent pigs. No, we'll send you to something else, locusts. But this is a significant matter. I mean, there's a lot that we don't know and we're not told. Angels are messengers. Where the messengers come from, their private lives, as it were. That's not the concern of the Bible. It's simply interested in the message that the messengers bring. So the speculation aside, we remain with this mystery. You know, if the evil one tempted Adam, then who tempted the evil one? So we do have some of that, and attempts to, like Origen's faulty attempt to try to give an explanation. But the fact is, everything we know for salvation. It's been revealed for salvation, with the understanding that it's a tiny bit of what it is. It is as much as we can bear and as much as is necessary. And it's important, and it is part of our mindset that most things are mysterious, most things are unknown, and we will know more, and the saints already know more through their experience. And when things are unveiled, you know, we'll have a better access to these realities. But right now, I don't think it's useful to engage in over speculation.
No, not over speculation, but I even look at when St. Paul said, I had to be, the Lord had to send Satan to me in my flesh.
Yes,
so
yes.
I wouldn't get exacerbated by my own revelations. He wouldn't become prideful in his own
but
self.
see,
so
this is a good passage to bring up, because first, when St. Paul says this, what is the point of the statement? The point of the statement is, if you have spiritual experiences, notice there is a danger of indulging in them in ways that are unhealthy and becoming inflated with pride, and you know this is bad. So I, Paul, the intellectual among the disciples, I am in a special danger of this, and I have had amazing visions and revelations from the Lord, and see, the Lord is providing this crutch to allow me to function without getting mad. The point is, the message he's sending there to those so-called super apostles is, you must be humble in order to have genuine spirituality. Genuine spirituality is humility. Okay, he could very well have had a different focus, but he didn't. He could have said, an angel of Satan. And by the way, did you know about that angel of Satan? Well, he comes from this story and that story, and he did this, and that's why. But that's not the focus. He just mentions that and leaves it alone because he doesn't find it useful. And the second thing, because that text is important, he narrates an ascent to heaven. He says that he was raptured, not he, but someone he knew, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, it's me. Raptured, taken up to heaven, taken to paradise, and now they're expecting him to give some kind of account like that of Enoch about angels in heavens and how many angels are there and what do they do and how many heavens do you count and so forth. And he frustrates their expectations by saying, I have heard things that cannot be expressed. It is unlawful for man to hear them. So in other words, he tells them indirectly something that he's told them directly. Boasting is not useful. So if you want to compete over who's a true apostle on the basis of your spiritual experiences, then I think you're very deluded. That's not how this works. But anyway, since you do want to ascend to heaven, I'll tell you, I've had them. It's good. It's great. And what I'm about to tell you, I should tell you, no. No details for you. And that's why I think it's a good text to see that he suppresses those details.
Amen. Father Bokor, I'm going to reach out and email you my question. If you can answer it within the next year, I would be grateful.
I will, I promise.
Please go to your family.
All right.
Father,
Thank
your
you, Father.
blessing.
God
Thank you
bless.
for your
Thank you,
time.
Father.
Bless.
Thank you, everyone. God bless
Thank you,
you.
Odette.
God bless
Thank you, Father.
Bye,
Thank
Sonia.
you.
Bye.
so much.
Bye.
Thanks, Father.